Hey, thanks for coming back, and you're watching Outdoors with Alan, and you are watching part of our lawn renovation. And this is the second step in the process, and that is getting the soil ready, getting a good seed bed. Well, it's been raining like crazy here in Central Virginia, and so we've had to start and stop several times. But anyway, today it's still a little wet, but we've got to move on with it, so I think it's going to work. So what we're doing today is we're doing the edges, and I'm going to show you and share with you how we do it. I know there are lots of ways of doing edges, but this is the way that we kind of prefer. It's nothing better than having a good clean edge, especially next to a sidewalk or a garden bed or whatever. The grass comes in and gets good and thick there. So always make sure that the soil is just about as perfect as you can get it there. So anyway, I hope you'll stay tuned in, and we're going to show you the process, and then a little later in the video we're going to show you the type of grass seed that we use. I'll share with you my soil test, what types of things we're doing to make sure we'll get good coverage and good germination. So anyway, thanks again for joining in, and stick with us. Okay, so what we're doing here, Jeremiah just went through with the tiller, and we're trying to really loosen this dirt up next to the edges, get this old dead, I guess it's like a wild Bermuda grass off of it here. We still got some like right in this area right here. We're going to have to hit it again with that tiller. That stuff has a really tough root structure. This is looking pretty good right here, Jeremiah.
It looks so much better up in there after you did that tilling. After I did that tilling right there.
Yeah.
It needed it again.
Yeah. It's definitely helped, but you know, that's what we're going for right there. Nice, level, smooth, and you know, right over the edges. You want to try your hand at smoothing that out right there?
I'll try.
All right. Okay, so I got Jeremiah on the rake here now, and trying to get this corner looking good, kind of get it all down smooth. And I really enjoy having nice edges when the grass comes up and you're able to take and do edging along the sidewalk, and gives that nice crisp look. So this is the best time to get it, and this is when it's hard to do it with a rake on a tractor. Jeremiah, come right here a second. Let me show you something. You can kind of walk around and see. You got that little roll right there.
Yes, sir.
Like it's about right there. Take and rake this away, and let your teeth dig in and kind of fill in that little hump right there. All right, now take it and go back the other way and pull that. No, go around on the other side.
Here.
And
then come this way.
Take your rake and rake back that direction. Yeah.
Like
Flip. Yeah, you can flip it over though.
Oh, like this?
You can still use the teeth. Yeah. So if you do that now, kind of go back the other way, and you're just taking your same dirt and kind of let your teeth dig in so that it'll level. That's the beauty of this landscape rake. You see how level that's getting now? You don't have that little roll in there, that little hump in there anymore.
Sure.
So that's what we're looking for right there. So go one way, and what'll happen is you'll end up getting all of that debris. It'll kind of work its way up to the top, and then we can just rake that off. Yeah, that's looking real good. Doing a good job there.
Okay, yeah, I see the difference now.
You see the difference?
Yes, sir.
So that'll make a big difference right there. Great. Jeremiah's getting pretty handy with this rake. Getting it all down and smooth. This right here is pretty much ready for planting now. We just got to continue to work these edges, and then we'll go and get the we've got some lime fertilizer, and then finally the grass seed. And we'll talk more about that a little later, so you want to stay tuned for that. So anyway, we're just going to keep on working on this. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, September the 5th, just a little after 7 o'clock, and I thought I would do this before the traffic really gets cranked up. Anyway, yesterday we were trying to put the finishing touches on this, getting it ready for seed, and I did try as you saw in the video, I did try using the pallet with some bags of peat moss on top of it to give it weight, and it did okay, but just wasn't quite giving me the job. So I went to my local tractor supply and I got this. This is a 4 foot by 4 foot what they call a chain harrow. And anyway, after we finally got it untangled and we started using it, and it did a great job. It did a great job. It kind of smoothed everything out, and it also, because of the way the design of that, it sort of put these little rows in the dirt, which should be really good for the seed, because once I put the seed and everything down, I can flip this over and go back, and it won't dig, but it'll just smooth over and cover those seeds. So anyway, that's what we decided to do. So this morning I think it's finally time to put down the seed. So I'm going to run this over the ground here just a few more times. We've had to wait all week for it to really get to drying out enough to where we weren't just packing and making mud. So anyway, I'm going to run this over the lawn here, soon to be lawn, and kind of show you the chain harrow in action. Another word about the chain harrow. You don't actually have to use it with the extra weight on it, but I found it to do a little bit better job having the extra weight on top of it. It kind of dug down a little bit more. So depending on your application, you may or may not have to use the extra weight on it, but I think for what we were doing here, it actually worked a little bit better having the extra weight. So I'm going to crank it up and run it around and kind of show it in action. Well, there you go. So sometimes you just have to say enough's enough. Kind of keep going over and over, and you just anyway, sometimes it's hard to know exactly when it's the right time to go ahead and just put in the seed, but I think we've reached that point. It's nice and cool here this Saturday morning, and so I'm going to mark out the beds, and then I'm going to use a drop seeder or spreader to go around the edges so that I don't throw seed over into the flower beds and stuff and create more work for me later. So anyway, I'm going to get busy marking out the beds here, and then we're getting very close to putting seed down, so stick with us. That's probably one of my favorite things to do, is to design and lay out the curves in the mulch beds. Anyway, we've got that done, and you know, doing a new renovation gives you an opportunity to improve your lines, and I gave myself a little more room in the beds. I'd kind of like to go back and maybe do some more larapi around the edge, kind of give it a natural edge. So I did give myself a little more room, yet the contours are nice, big sweeping. And the other thing to remember when laying out your beds is to do it with your mowing in mind. And what I mean by that is, do it where you can make nice turns with your mower, and gives that nice big sweeping curve, and it saves a lot of trimming and lets you get close. I see a lot of designs where they're like they kind of overdo the contours that makes it look like a snake crawling around the yard. And I think the nicer ones, you know, just have them long and kind of sweeping curves. I started watching a program, I guess it's maybe, I don't know, 20-25 years ago. It was a guy down in Florida, Allen, and what was his name? Can't remember it now. But that's what he taught. He taught how to lay out the beds and the long, big sweeping curves. So we've got that done now. We just need to get our seed and get everything ready, and go ahead and this is an exciting time, getting ready to actually put down the seed. It's a lot of preparation. It's like building a house. If you don't get the foundation right, forever, you know, your house will not be what it should be. And the same with the landscaping, is if you don't do this foundational work first and get it right, then you're going to be sorry later. So this is the time to do it, and I think we've done it to I think the best that we know how to do it. So we're going to get ready to get the seed, and I'm going to tell you more about that in just a little bit. So anyway, stick with us. I'm going to go get the seed, bring it out, and we're going to get started putting down the seed. Sorry friends, this video was getting a little long, so I decided to actually put the actual seeding of the yard in the next video. So I hope you'll join me, and I'll show you all the products that we use and how we put them down. So anyway, if you haven't yet subscribed, I'd ask you to do so. Hit the little bell notification, and that way you'll get notification when that next video is posted. So again, thank you for joining, and God bless you, and have a great day.